International Bears. And so since I've been working as a GA, I have realized that students just do such amazing things, and it's crazy to me, like the projects and initiatives and how much they really like contribute to their studies at MSU. And so to kind of highlight some of those things, I brought lovely Sidalia with me today, and we're going to kind of talk about her experience at MSU and kind of some of the things she's doing.
For having me. It's such a pleasure to be here. My name is Sidalia Pina Durego. I know it's long, so I'm just going to go with Sidalia. I'm here at MSU to pursue my Bachelor of Social Work, and I come from an island country that called Timor-Leste, or known as East Timor. That's for sure. It's one of the newest country, so if you never heard of it, it's okay.
I was like, for the first time met students from Timor-Leste, I think last semester, so it is, a newer country that I've learned about.
True,
so.
very true.
So what inspired you to choose social work?
So it's based on my experience, my personal experience. I'm one of the generation that living through adversity in my country. So I've seen many things that 11 years old kids probably never seen. So those experiences shaped me. That I've seen many women and children experience many adversity, hardship, but also violence is something that is really high in my country. In fact, my country has one of the prevalence of violence against women is the highest in Southeast Asia. So to that also made me want to pursue this, because I find social work as a field that I'm passionate about, but also is social justice, the value that I carry. That's something I want to do for others as well. And also I've worked in my country for more than 6 years.
Oh, wow.
In the field of helping women and children, so as a social service provider. So that's why I'm here, because I don't have a degree back then, but now I'm here to pursue one.
I think it's awesome that you've taken these experiences and have turned it into a passion, and that you want to take those experiences and move forward. You also mentioned within Springfield that you volunteer with the Family Justice Center. Can you tell us a little bit how you got started in that, or what your experiences with that has been?
Sure. So Family Justice Center, it is interesting. So I've never heard of Family Justice Center. I took a class in social problem, in sociology. So my professor brought this director, Jamie, that came to our class to do, telling about Family Justice Center. So I got to learn her. When she introduced me to this center, it's wonderful that this center has multiple agencies in one building. Where when I connect to my experience, when I work in my country, multiple agencies like police, child division, legal aid, is usually a separate sector, and it's out there. And when we receive a client, then we refer it to them. But Family Justice Center is a center that has multiple agencies in one place, like one roof, And then the way they responded to it is like when a client comes, and when the need is with legal services, then someone from legal services do that. For me, it's the effective approach or intervention that is a time effective, but also you help to meet the needs of the client really fast. Because sometimes when a client comes to the center, they've been through a lot, and sometimes that's the only courageous way that they find the help. So be able to intervene and help that directly in one place, for me, it's amazing how they do it. And it's inspired me to do the same, to go back to my country and implement such intervention or approach in my field back home.
I got goosebumps. That's just so amazing. It's just, really getting out there in the community and gaining all this hands-on experience and knowledge to apply to your studies, and like you said, take it back to your home country and help, start initiatives there as well. That's so inspiring. Are there other like projects or initiatives that you're specifically working on?
Sure. So I'm here because I want to pursue to have my degree in order to set up a social work profession in my country. At the moment in my country, the social work profession is still developing. We don't have institutionalized social work yet. Even university, we don't have a degree for social work. So for someone who's passionate in this field but don't have the degree to support, it's really challenging.
Yeah.
And it's also because one day I want to be a child therapist. I want to help children who's been experienced or also witnessing adversity. So to get that in my country is not going to be possible. It's going to be impossible. So I'm here because I want to get the degree, but I also want to learn, like get my experience in the field. Like, you know, the way I approach Family Justice Center, I just emailed them. I did the initiative. I say I'm international student. I have this experience. I want to volunteer in your place. Like I put myself in that position that I want to go out and experience. But not only gaining the experience, for me to be in the field or in the place, to observe how the way they do it, but how the building setting up, safety, considering all this aspect to help client. But also now I wanted to work in the child development center because I want to be in that. I know that sometime when you study, those are not the things that you want to focusing on, like the practical part. But for me, that is the most important part because you go out there, you experience the real experience, and then you come to university like MSU, you learn that also. That's one thing I found really, this journey has been really amazing. And I need to go back to my country to help establish the social work profession. But also, I'm aiming also to build center in my country for children. So those kind of things, for a woman like me, you know, coming from a country that has patriarchal system that's really strong, when you stand up to do this, sometimes it can be really, you're going to be in the corner. They're going to push you to one side of the corner. So I need to prepare myself, and with this degree, it's going to help me a lot to do that. But also being here is inspire many women in my country to pursue education and to go, you know, after they go and they train. Something like that in my country is meaningful.
That's amazing. I mean, you kind of like went into it, but you know, it sounds like MSU has really contributed to your, you know, personal and professional growth.
Yes.
How would you like, you know, kind of talk about like some of those experiences?
Sure. I think when I received the news I'm coming to MSU, I look it up, you know. The first thing that I look it up is social work in MSU. I've watched the video, some of the video that they publicize. And then when I get here, the feeling is stronger because I've experienced things, but I've never connected to the theory and also evidence-based practice. But then in the class, you learn all of things. It becomes reassurance for my practice. And it's also, I have to be honest, I have some biases. I'm also inexperienced. And those classes shape me. And learning all that and the discussion with the colleague in the class. But one of the most important thing, I love the professors here. I mean, being in the room is one thing, but it's being convinced but also reassured about your practice from people who already experience and expertise, and they are reassure you that what you've done is worth fighting for, and what you've studied is something really important, because I don't receive that quite often in my country. I can be very isolated the way I do things, but here the professors, especially, they also, some of them are feminists and activists themselves of human rights, which is the value that I carry too. It hits different when you study from people who also share the same value, and also they carry out the work with such an amazing way. I just loved it. I feel like the diversity here, I know that that's something that it's really, it can be challenged at the moment, but it is the most important aspect of it, because I can come from a different country. It's true, the location where I'm from is different, but the difference is not a problem. Like, the way we approach the different is the most important thing, and that's what makes us human, because although we're coming from different, background, race or ethnicity, but we are all here as a human trying to help each other. And I think the way we treat difference in a way that humans treat each other is the amazing thing about us, And I feel like MSU has been open that kind of portal or door for me, and the faculties here, international office, you guys are showing us, like, coming from, like a country that's small and still developing. It is a hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, but is there anything else that, like, is like an overall, like, goal for you?
Yes. I think pursuing for my degree to be a child therapist one day, but also the steps that I'm taking. One thing also that I've talked to some of the colleagues in an international office, that the connection between MSU, but also the institution, perhaps the shelter or facilities that I'm working at, to connect it with my country.
Yeah.
That's something I'm still advocating for.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, hopefully that set up the connection. If I am bringing the bridge, I don't mind.
Yeah.
But because my country needs that support from the institutional level, but also across international to reinforce some of the things we do. I'd love to have that one day. If I go back, or if something that we are lack of in my country, and I'm able to connect back to MSU or community around here, I love to do that. And I also would like to say this is very good opportunity. It seems it's really challenging time for my country, but also US. I know that it is challenging time, but it's also very important time as well for everyone. As a human rights activist, I know that I shouldn't be saying here probably, but it's really important time that we kind of look, across us, like who's around us, because this is a time that we can prove that solidarity or working together is really important.
I don't think you could have honestly said it better than that. I feel like, the students who study social work here, like, that percentage is pretty low. But do you have, like, any advice or anything for students who are wanting to pursue, like, a similar field of study?
Yes. I think, to put it, social work in one way, I know that many people misunderstand social work in a way that it's full of some of the things probably you never heard of about social work, but this is a profession. It's a profession that is really critical, because helping individual who's difficult is one way, but also advocating for social justice, like the platform, is even bigger. For me, this field of work and profession is really important. Because if you find yourself that have the value of social justice and the value of helping others, or be kind to others, or integrity, or many others value, that you want to be among others, this is very critical. And this is a profession also that you gotta learn all about yourself as well. You discover so many valuable things about yourself. So I just hope that many people will consider this field and getting to know this field, and also embarking in the journey of this field. Because if you look around you, we're always surrounded by difficulties and issues, but we also surrounded by our inner strength, like we have the strength to help others too. So I hope that people consider this profession, but also studying an MSU. Social work in MSU is even better because you have those faculties and also professors and support system here. It's amazing, from the higher level to the community level. People will always welcome us whenever I introduce, I'm a social work student. Oh, please come.
I love that.
It's not like I know the people sometimes, oh, we don't like social work. No, it's the other way around. People welcome social work. So it's a profession that's really neat, but also it's rewarding as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. And, you know, I feel like hopefully what our students and our, you know, potential students get from this is that no matter what your goals or your passions are, like, you know, there's fields of study that you can pursue, and there's lots of resources, and our professors are so willing to help you, and plus, like, being able to get involved in the community will really give you that hands-on experience. So.
And it's also, you can find a job anywhere with social work degree. Pretty much. So in the health field, in the, you know, like those sectors, like health field, or, you know, in the prison man, in the school, in everywhere. People need social workers. So
yeah, so really the opportunities are, you know, very endless. You know, we wrap anything up, is there anything else you want to share, or?
Well, I just want to show that if you have a question about Family Justice Center, this is probably, I brought a brochure of it. If you wanted to know more about Greene County Family Justice Center, this is probably the information, and I can pass into you, and then you can send the link or information. So yeah, and other than that, thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you so much, and thank you guys for hopping on with us today, and we'll see you at our next video.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.